Hi guys, and welcome back to Manc Pod. This week we'll be talking about the Kardashians, 90s brows if they're in or out, and lots of other celebrities, along with a Would You Rather, which has been really popular, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of coming up in this episode. We hope you enjoy it, and yeah, let's get into it.
Fab.
So how was your weekend?
Really, really nice, thanks. Yeah. We had some friends come over from Middlesbrough.
Nice.
So it was really nice. They stay for the weekend. We alternate it. So we go to them, they come to us.
Yeah.
So we just always make some nice plans. So we went to this ice sculpting festival in St Anne's, which was really nice. And whilst I was there, I met Charlotte Dawson.
Oh, yeah, you said actually.
And it was so cute. It was so funny because I'd parked really badly, obviously, and
parking gate again. Jeez, you get another ticket?
No, I just parked badly, and I got out of the car. I was like, oh god, I need to sort that out. So I got back in the car. They were all like looking at paying. I'd got out of my car, and I was kind of like, oh, where are they? Anyway, I was walking towards them, and then I kind of saw this person looking at me, and I looked at them, and you know when you think, I know them. Like they're a friend, or like I've worked with them in the past or something. So I just went, oh my god, hi. And she was like, hi, yeah, you all right? And I was like, yes, thanks. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was like, I feel like we're friends. I was like, because I follow you on Instagram. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, oh, it's all right. And she gave me a hug, and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah,
really
thanks.
nice.
I said, are you all right? I said, congratulations, by the way. And I was like, oh my god, you look ready to pop. And she was like, oh my god, I'm knackered. I'm ready to pop. But she looked so glam.
She's always so glam.
I know.
She looks so good.
So glam. Yeah. And she was so lovely. And I was like, how funny. And then I turned around to our friends, and my friend was like, that's Charlotte Dawson. I was like, yeah, no. I was like, I thought it was my friend. I was like, it was just so, like, do it.
I think when you listen to podcasts, and then you follow them on Instagram and all that jazz, I do feel like you almost feel connected to that person
100%.
Because you know so much about them and you know so much about their lives. How could you not feel connected?
Exactly, and it was just such a familiar face to me. And
she's probably so used to it though.
Oh, she's got to be. But I think it was just that second, because I do it all the time, like in our industry particularly.
You meet so many people.
You're constantly changing jobs, and you meet so many people. And I remember like over Christmas I was in a garden centre, and I saw someone, and she kind of waved to me, and I was thinking, I know her, but I can't remember off what, like how, like hi, and she was like, how are you? And she really remembered me, and I thought it's kind of one of those situations where I felt like I knew it, and then it clicked. I was like, oh my god, it's Charlotte. And but she was so nice, and I put it on Instagram, and she reshared.
She's so cute.
Our little post from Manc Pod. So I was thinking, this is our time.
Meant to be.
This is when we're gonna get 1 million followers, because everyone will see Charlotte and she'll repost ours.
Absolutely not. Maybe we'll get that 500 so we can give away the competition.
That's what I thought, because one of our friends messaged being like, oh my god, look, she's reshared the post.
So
but it's so funny because my friend messaged her off the back of her resharing my post, saying, that's my best friend.
Oh,
I was like,
so
oh my god. I bet Charlotte's like, she was weird.
Yeah.
You're weird.
You're all weird. But it was nice of her to share it.
It was really nice. And I messaged her, and she messaged me, and she was like, oh, thanks so much for the post. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, thanks. Like, I hope our podcast one day is as successful as yours. And yeah, she was just so nice. So yeah, that was really nice, and just had a really nice weekend. Obviously, I've started my new job, and I'm just so buzzing to just be back properly working.
You cannot beat a new job feel. No, you can't.
It's just, there's just this buzz. Like yesterday, I was just sat in my office thinking, like, this is what I'm meant to do. This is like, I'm buzzing. Like, I'd met the team. I'm really looking forward to just really getting stuck in and meeting all the other heads of departments and really pulling things together. And just really, really excited to
lots of exciting times ahead.
Yeah. What about you?
Good. I went to Flight Club in Manchester. Cool. Have you been? It's so good.
No, I've
been
to Freight Island.
So we went to Flight Club, and then we went to NQ64 with some friends.
Right.
I'm actually quite good at darts. I never even knew it's a secret talent. Like, yeah. Flight Club is actually really good because it does, like, it records you when you throw it.
Oh, right.
So when you win or when you hit, like, whatever the points are, whatever. So you basically, it's like different games. So you throw the dart at the board, and then it films you doing it, and then it plays you back in slow motion.
Oh, fun.
But, oh my God, I actually died because one of the videos, we got food and stuff and nibbles because we hadn't eaten, and it was like 3:00 or 4:00 in the afternoon. And so I ordered some bits and bobs for me and my other half. And like I was eating them whilst he was throwing the darts, and he hit the jackpot, and in slow motion it's like and I'm like it's really funny. I've got like pizza half in my gob, slow motion. I mean, very, very attractive, obviously, but it
I
was
wish we had a
very
clip
funny.
of that. I wonder if I can get in touch and
I've got
I've
got it. So speaking of celebrities, as soon as you talk about Charlotte Dawson, I've been watching the Kardashians. I am obsessed with the Kardashians. I mean, who isn't? But Khloe Kardashian is my favourite.
Same.
So in the I won't give you too many spoilers, but the biggest one, which you'll obviously see you'll see it in the trailer anyway, is that Khloe has a meeting with Lamar.
I know, her husband from 10 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah. And obviously they went through everything. I mean, it's all on camera. You can see everything that happened anyway. Most of it. And oh my God, what a journey that woman. Khloe is like the peak of all strength. Like, I always think, what would Khloe do in this situation? In every point of, like, honestly, because she's such a good person, like, down to the absolute bones of her. Like, she's such a good person. And I just think she's just so lovely. And I just wish, like, I looked like her.
But I feel like Lamar, I've not watched it yet, but my plan is to get
it
up to date
every Thursday.
I love.
Yeah.
I saw in the clip, he basically is saying, like, I just regret what I did to you and stuff.
He will always, 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 till the day that he dies, will have a very, very big love for Khloe. And Khloe had a very, very big love for him. I mean, obviously, I won't go into it too much, but she wiped his ass. Like, he had to learn to walk, talk, be a human being again from scratch. So to be a wife to someone that obviously got caught in that situation, in a brothel, taking cocaine, all that stuff, to then have to not relive the trauma, but by meeting him, that's reliving the trauma. She is so strong.
She is.
And, like, I just think, like, she's an amazing woman. Like, I just can't get over it.
Yeah. But then she's still got a relationship with Tristan, doesn't she? In terms
only
of
co-parenting.
Yeah, co-parenting.
I don't think she's got that love for him anymore.
I know. I feel like she's strong enough to stay away.
She compartmentalizes her love for people. Like, you've obviously mugged her off. She's trying to keep you at arm's length, and she's not going to let herself get hurt again. Like, she doesn't deserve the hurt that she's been through the past 10 plus years. And I think, like, now she's 40, she's like, I'm brushing it under the carpet. It's done. I'm over it. Let's just continue on and push on. Hopefully, I really wanted to find someone. I would love her too,
but I feel like she's been so hurt, and it's so public as well for her. Like you say, because she compartmentalizes things, it's kind of like she's just gone, okay, no more. Like, no more. I'm not willing to put myself in another situation.
But she doesn't, I think that's why, because obviously, like, her kids are a few years old now. She hasn't had a relationship for a few years. So I feel like she is going to slowly get back into it. However, Kim, on the other hand, is dating somebody. I haven't got that far yet. It isn't... Episode 3 has only just been released, but I am just catching up now. I've watched 2 episodes so far, so I want to know who that is.
Same. Very
Especially
exciting.
after our Kanye West talk last week.
Oh, yeah.
Who are also getting divorced now.
I know. Was it 2 days or something, 4 days after the Grammys?
Yeah. Is that not a publicity stunt? Like,
I mean, again, it just feeds into that whole narrative of actually, if they were so close to, the edge, to, however many days before at the Grammys, what an uncomfortable situation to be in with someone that you're thinking, we are on
But do you
edge.
reckon that's why she wore the clothes that she wore to embarrass him before she divorced him? Maybe she thought she was trying to divorce him and get him to divorce her.
I mean...
But they don't have a prenup.
Did they not?
No, apparently not.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she's very clever.
I'm not going to lie, I would be scared of Kanye. Because he is that rich and believes he's got that much power.
Yeah.
And he's just, like, not a nice person from what I know.
From what you've seen.
From what I've seen. That I just think... I would not want to go through that with him. I wouldn't want to go through a marriage or a divorce. I wouldn't want to go through a friendship with him.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah.
So Kanye, don't come hitting on me.
Don't come near me, honey. You ain't getting nowhere near. But that leads me on to Pete Doherty.
Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tats.
I'm thinking of the wrong Pete. Oops.
Pete D.
Too many Pete's.
Yeah.
Can I get some more Pete's in here? But yeah, so Pete Davidson, he has removed every speck of tattoos on him.
Yeah.
He looks naked.
It's strange, isn't it?
It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because I think when you get so used to seeing someone that's covered in tattoos, to then not have any sort of...
I know.
There's nothing. I mean, I don't know if it's been airbrushed, the photo, but there's not a single speck.
But that's so weird, because surely the amount of tattoos he had,
you'd have like
scars
a little bit
or
of...
like,
yeah,
there'd
I
be
thought
something.
the same.
But although when you've got that kind of money, you can do whatever.
He said he spent like 30 odd grand getting rid of them over the course of years.
Yeah,
as
they'll
well.
put new skin on him or something, won't they?
Grafts.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
I know. But do you know what? I think it goes back to the whole tattoos were really in over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And people have been feeling like free and I can do what I want. And if I want to express...
rebellious.
Yeah, if I rebel, like if I want to express who I am. And tattoos are such a great way to do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people get them because they mean something. Other people get them just because they like it. Like, you don't need to have a reason. But I think we're maybe doing a bit of a full circle at the moment, like with flared jeans, Kendrick.
Very 90s.
Very 90s. You know, and then tattoos, it's kind of doing a bit of a full circle of people going,
in and
actually,
out of
do I
fashion.
want to be covered head to toe?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Each to their own, I think. But it's maybe becoming more of an out thing at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just like 90s brows.
Oh.
So I don't know if you saw this, but...
Tadpoles?
Yeah,
Like
skinny brows.
little
skinny
tiny
brows. So I saw on socials that 90s brows are coming back.
Surely not.
And there's been lots of people on socials doing like, if I was to do a makeover on this person,
This
so
is how I would do it.
Yeah, I saw one for Ekin-Su, who's just been on Love Island All Stars, and someone going, if I was to have done Ekin-Su's makeover pre-Love Island,
I bet she looked like Pamela Anderson.
this is what I would do. I'll try and find the picture and show you, but she actually looked gorgeous. But one of the things was I would give her 90s brows, and she actually looked really pretty. And to be fair, it was more like a 90s brow than now. Obviously, we're in this wolf era.
Yeah.
Like, get them big, get them bushy.
Yeah.
And
almost like laminating them.
Yeah. And this was just more of a clean girl. Slightly
Aesthetic.
smaller, not worms.
No.
We're not going that far, but it was a smaller, more clean kind of look.
Yeah.
She actually looked really nice with that kind of makeover. And I'd seen a few other people saying we need to tone down the wolf a little bit.
I do not like thin brows. Like, even when I was in school, I did go through a phase of slightly over plucking, but I never had tadpoles, luckily for me. But yeah, I just can't see. I just can't. We have to get out some 90s pictures, because that would be
try
hilarious.
and find some, yeah.
But yeah, I just don't think I was quite there with the tadpoles.
No.
I was there with the makeup and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I think, because my grandma was a makeup artist, she was always quite tight reins on that kind of stuff. And I never really bought makeup. My grandma just gave me makeup. So I kind of had that. It was all vetted before it came onto my face. Apart from the, what's it called?
Dream Matte Mousse.
Dream Matte Mousse. Yes. I bloody love that stuff. I used to put tubs of it on.
Of course you did.
Lay it on
You'd have
thick.
one tub and it'd last a week.
I know, yeah. But yeah, speaking of Pamela Anderson 90s, I feel like Olivia Attwood is giving me Pamela vibes at the moment.
Definitely the fringe.
With the fringe, yes. And I feel like she's so hot.
She is in her boss bitch era.
She is.
She
went to fashion shows in New York.
New York Fashion Week.
Yeah,
yes,
she's doing bits. She is doing bits.
She is incredibly tiny.
Yeah, she's like a supermodel.
But that's exactly what she's got. Supermodel body, doesn't she? Is she
supermodel.
like 5'8" or she's a tall girl? Yeah, I think she's close to 6 foot. You know, but she's tall. She's bean-poly, isn't she? Like, yeah, but that is supermodel.
Like lingerie model vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, so's Maura Higgins and stuff.
It's true, but gorgeous.
I just think, speaking of Olivia Attwood, have you seen a new programme?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
we need to give this pod 5 minutes of Olivia Attwood getting filthy rich.
Oh my God, filthy rich.
Oh, it's such good shit reality TV. Like, it's
the kind of shit that you want to live for.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the kind of stuff that everyone wants to know, but nobody wants to ask.
I think 100%. And also, like I think that she's done 3 series or 2 series, whatever. But she's done it, like one of the series was kind of all on Botox, filler, how extreme people are going, surgery,
BBLs, all that stuff.
Yeah, and this one's more on the kind of sex industry, OnlyFans, who's doing it, how are they doing it, and some of the stories, honestly, it makes you want to go on OnlyFans.
Well, it just shows that anything goes and that there's a fetish for everything. Obviously, there's different kinds of. Did you see the fairy? No, the fairy one blew my mind.
Was that the girls in red?
No, it was a woman who did all her makeup and she had little fairy ears and she was in like a fairy tale forest.
Wow.
And she was like, I mean, this was like, I've watched them all. I don't know if you've watched all of them.
I mean, I've not seen
most
that
of
one.
them.
Yeah.
But like she did like a full like studio setup with like she was literally like a fairy. It's the only way to describe her. And she would film herself doing things obviously to various objects and get a lot of money for it.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's apparently the most popular kind of porn.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes,
no,
it is.
No, because on her most recent series, I don't know whether that one was because I've not seen it, but they found the most searched for porn is Milf and Gilf porn.
Surely not.
Yeah.
Milf and Gilf?
Yeah. Which I don't get it.
It does make sense with the Milfs, maybe, because you want like a hot, older
woman.
woman.
But did you see the granny?
The granny. Oh, I can't.
And she got a boob out and she was like,
oh, £6.50.
Yeah, £4.50. She was like, darling, you like that? Beautiful. I don't know what accent that was, but she was
But she was like, oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you like that,
Ooh,
don't you? Oh, yeah.
And then she turned around and went, £4.50. She was actually buzzing.
She was so impressed with herself.
Yeah.
And I just think like, why would you do that for £4.50?
Well, she then got £9 after that. So.
But I still want to do it for £9.
But she's living a sexy best life. Like
she is.
This granny has.
She's a Christian.
She'd lost her religion. She'd lost the Lord.
Completely lost the Lord. Yeah. She basically went from completely celibate and not having any sex before marriage to then completely the opposite direction. And now she has a different guy every night.
Well, and now being a Gilf.
I know, a Gilf.
Mad.
Crazy.
Actually mad.
And she was like an old school granny. You know, like obviously people have hot grannies. No, she was like very short. She was like super grand for all my 90s kids out there. Mm-hmm. It was like super grand vibes. It was very short, white, snowy hair and little tiny spectacles. A little bit like the what's the fairy godmother in Shrek?
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think so. The only thing is, so a lot of the girls and the boys on OnlyFans and things that she went to speak to, because Olivia goes and speaks to lots of different people on OnlyFans that, you know, some are maybe BBWs, some are men with just massive willies that want to give the boyfriend experience, some are grannies, some are really, really big girls that like to stand on things. Some are just selling the
one
feet.
of them she was one of the girls, she was like 6'2" or something, and she was giving someone a piggyback.
Yeah.
And she got paid for it.
Yeah, but it's men that like to.
I'll do that.
I know.
I'm 5'8", so I would definitely give someone a piggyback for a bit of change.
Well,
come on, small men, hit me up. Want a piggyback?
£4.50.
I mean, I'm probably a MILF now.
Yeah.
Remember when we went out on that night out? We got called MILFs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever given anyone as much shit in my life. I was like, beg your pardon.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
I know. Anyway, my whole thing with this is that a lot of the people that Olivia spoke to, she was like, talk to me about money. Like, what kind of money do you make? And most people said, on a bad month where I'm maybe not doing so well, I make 10 grand a month.
So good.
Oh my God. And a lot of these people,
the things you could do with that
like
money.
A lot of the people, and one of the actors speaking to were FinDoms, which is financial dominatrix, which are basically women who speak to men, sometimes just on the phone, sometimes over a video call, sometimes they come round to the house and they
Is this the guy that dressed up as his FinDom?
Maybe, yeah.
He had a wig, and he was dressing up like her.
Yeah, but basically it's these women and they are being horrible to men. They're being like, come on then, send me 50 quid. And then they'll send 50 quid and they'll go, you're disgusting. £50? £50? Is that it? You're disgusting.
It's like money pigs,
yeah,
isn't it?
That's it. It's basically the same. And literally one girl just sat there clicking, being like, come on, send more, send more.
Yeah.
Made a couple of grand in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, my biggest question is, what I feel like you don't get to see, and I would love to find this out, is how do you get from A to Z? In terms of, people go, oh, I was at uni and I was studying law, and then I just thought, yeah, I know, but I mean, you see people go from, oh, I was just at uni, and then the next thing you're talking to them and they're earning 10 grand on a bad month. I want to know that in between bit. What do you have to sacrifice to get there? How much time, how much effort do you have to put in to get yourself from...
I was going to say, you just go to a website called www.onlyfans.com, you sign up, you put your details in, and boom.
No, because that's not the case.
Not, it's not.
We know, we know people.
I think these days you have to have a niche. For example, like Bonnie Blues was shagging as many people as she possibly could. You know, people have foot fetishes. People have like dominatrix fetishes. Some people want tall women. Some people want small women. Some people want grannies. Like everyone's got something different to give. And I think you just need to find out what your niche is.
I know, and I get that. But even still, my question is, how do you get from signing up to OnlyFans to then earning 10 grand a month? How long does that take? Like
a while, I would assume.
And this is what I mean. Like,
you've got to find someone that's willing to pay. Once someone likes you, they'll stay with you.
Yeah, but it's once you've signed up.
Yeah.
How much do you have to put yourself out there? Do you have to put yourself on your personal Facebook? Do you have to put yourself on Reddit? Like, how much content do you have to basically give for free?
Yeah.
For nothing? How much conversation do you have to have with these men? How much do you have to put yourself out there to get to a point where you're earning 10 grand?
In.
Yeah, I would actually love that, because I think that's the one thing that show is missing is these girls. It's amazing, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I want to set up an OnlyFans, because she was at uni 1 minute and now she's making 10 grand a month on a bad month.
But it's not sustainable, I don't think. I think like once you've hit the ceiling, there is nowhere to go. For example, like Bonnie Blue, she's hit the ceiling. What is she going to do?
But does it matter when she made 12 mil in her first year? Not 12 mil, 3 mil, sorry, in her first year.
Probably 12 mil now though.
That's what I mean. Like, once you've hit that ceiling of just earning and earning and earning, there gets to a point where, providing that you look after that money you've earned, you can retire in 5 years.
I don't think they do though, because when you're so young and you're earning that kind of cash, no one teaches you what to do with it. That's the whole point. I think that's the problem. Like, look at Love Islanders.
Yeah, I know.
They make loads of money as soon as they come out and they don't know what to do with themselves.
Well, that's why they're back for second and third rounds with All Stars.
Exactly. So I think there definitely needs to be more like money, financial teaching in terms of what you invest in.
I agree.
But you'd have to seek that out if you had the money.
Yeah, and I'd like to think now that a lot of people do, because they know that they're going to get into something with big money, and then... Yeah. But yeah, I would really love to get to the nitty gritty of it. Like, it's amazing that you're making 10 grand, but if it's that easy, why are we not doing it?
Yeah.
For feet pics, because I would sell my feet.
I ask myself that every single day.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
I need to know whether I'm going to have to send pics for 50p for 6 months before I start making the big money.
Probably.
Well, yeah, exactly. No, it's not. I'm not.
I think that's why it's so easy for Instagrammers to become an OnlyFans content creator, because I feel like the only way you do it is if you've got like a massive following on Instagram.
Exactly, and this is what I want to know. Like, these girls that have just been studying at uni and they're kind of no one's. Did you have a following first?
I've just remembered something. So going back to like Olivia Attwood and the BBL thing. So I don't know if you've seen it, but Michael McIntyre has done a new show recently.
Okay. What's it called?
It is hysterical. I don't know. It's called like The Big Show or something.
Oh, Michael McIntyre's Saturday Night Big Show.
Yeah, it's like multiple series, but like it's the newest series.
Yeah.
And I've never watched it before. I've only watched this newest series. And they basically get celebrities on, like, just as guests, basically. They sit them in the audience and then they do a sequence with them.
Yeah.
And so what they do is they steal the phone.
Yeah.
And they text everyone in their phone book. Have you seen it already?
Of course I have. I watch it. We are literally home on Saturday night at 9 p.m.
Good.
just to watch
that. So good, isn't it?
I honestly believe that Michael McIntyre show is bringing telly back for Saturday night.
100%. 100%.
It's the only programme in 20 years that I have gone, I want to be
get
home
back.
For, so I can watch that live at the time.
I love that though.
I know, me too.
That's what I love. That's what I miss about TV. I definitely miss that.
I know.
But yeah, anyway, so basically, Michael McIntyre texted everyone in a phone book and she said, I am currently on the way to the surgery, to a surgeon to get a BBL. I really wanted to get some pictures to show him, and I love your bum. Can you send me some pictures?
Yeah.
And oh my God, the responses were peak. They were absolutely peak. Like, some of them, they posted like a dog's bum. One of them was Michael McIntyre because they knew it was Michael McIntyre.
I love it when someone's comes back to him.
Yeah.
Because even Michael was like,
oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you haven't already and you're looking for something new to watch, please do watch Olivia Attwood. But if you're looking for more family friendly, please look at Michael McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre's big
it's
show.
It's so good.
And also just look at other older series because they do a little sequence which the midnight game show where they wake up people in celebrities in the middle of the night. And they are so good. And
they did Bradley Walsh.
They did Bradley Walsh. And even if you just watch the Bradley Walsh clip on YouTube, it is absolutely
the best thing
brilliant.
You'll ever see.
Because when on The Chase, one of the questions was Fanny Schmeller. The answer was Fanny Schmeller. And
a skier or something.
Yeah, she's a skier. And they got her in. And
surprise!
Michael McIntyre was like, and we've got Fanny Schmeller. And then he's like, only joking. And honestly, Bradley Walsh was like, oh my God, no. And then he was like, oh, I'm only kidding. And then he was like, welcome Fanny Schmeller. And Fanny Schmeller came in. I must watch that at least 5 times a month. That's extremely
honestly,
but it's
so funny.
It's good. It's
bringing
good.
back gold TV.
It's bringing back family TV. It's really good.
Yeah,
well done, Michael McIntyre.
Yeah, very well done.
Yeah. Before we finish today, last week you did a little ins and outs for me. Yeah. So this week I want to do a little would you rather.
I'm really scared.
No, you don't need to be scared because I'm not as mean as you. I've only got five little questions for you. So you guys can join in as well from your car or wherever you're listening. I've got a couple of nice ones, like just nice.
Cute. Ease me in.
And then a couple of funny ones. So first one, would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the richest?
Richest.
Really?
Yeah.
I would rather be the smartest because if I'm the smartest person in the world, I'm probably going to be rich.
Are you though?
Yeah.
But you need money to start to make money.
No, because if you're the smartest person in the world, the likelihood is...
You just get a financial advisor. You just buy a financial advisor with your money and just give him that.
Yeah, but if you're the dumbest, you might be the dumbest person in the world, but just rich. So then
you didn't say I was the dumbest. You just said I had money.
Yeah, you've got money. So, yeah, but obviously if you're not the smartest person in the world, you might be the dumbest.
Smartest person in the world then.
No, you've said richest. No, you can't change it now. You can be the richest. I'll be the smartest.
I think I'll be the richest. Yeah,
fine. Yeah. Listen, you don't have to come to my side. This is a you thing and a me thing. It's fine.
Go.
Yeah. Next one. Would you rather be able to understand your dog or for them to understand you?
Understand my dog.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, I think if he understood me, he'd probably think I was a crazy weirdo.
Well, and I think Rosie does understand me.
Yeah, I think Milo definitely understands me, but he definitely looks at me sometimes going, how did I end up with you?
Yeah,
Out
exactly.
of all the owners in the world, I ended up with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I always think as well with Rosie, when she's sat there, or maybe she's feeling a bit poorly or whatever, I'd love to be able to say what's wrong.
Yeah.
Tell me what's wrong, and then
you can understand.
Yeah, I can give you some paracetamol.
Communicate.
Or I'll give you an nice sausage or something if you're a bit sad.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah. But I think she understands me anyway.
Honestly, I think that they just get used to you and they know exactly what you're saying. I think they associate words with actions so very quickly, so that as soon as you say a word, they know exactly what you mean.
I agree.
When I say anything to Milo, straight away he knows, and he knows when I'm out of sorts. If I'm having a bad day, he knows. He comes straight over to me and he's needy.
Yeah.
He knows that I need that comforting.
Yeah, that love.
Clever.
He's a poodle. Poodles are very clever.
He is very clever. Too clever for his own good, actually, sometimes, but debatable.
Okay, next. Here we go. Would you rather accidentally send a naked pic to your dad or your boss?
My boss.
Really?
I can walk away from that job.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever walk away from my dad seeing my boss seeing me naked. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I think I might.
It's just another human being that's probably seen. I mean, everyone's got tits, everyone's got a vagina.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we've all got the same bits and bobs. If my boss had to see it, I'd say, please delete it.
Yeah.
And don't share it.
Yeah.
Whether they did or not was another thing.
Yeah.
Straight into wank bank. Nah, it wouldn't be that good anyway. By me sending a dirty pic, it could be me dressed up as a fucking dinosaur.
You're like fairy.
Literally, little fairy, with a little lace. So
I think you're probably right. It's just I feel like
you could quit that job and never see them again.
I know, but the problem is let's say it's a really, really great 18-month contract or something, and your boss, every day you've got to walk in and see
But
your
your
boss.
dad has seen you naked.
I know,
That
but
is
your dad's seen you
disgusting.
naked as a baby. So you might just be your baby to your dad. And he'll just be like, oh, don't worry, babe. I've deleted it straight away. I didn't even.
I don't know. I just couldn't. I just couldn't.
I think
could
I'm with
personally.
you, by the way. I think I'm with you. Like the thought
I don't think I could get over it.
No, same. Okay. Would you rather say your ex's name during sex or your fella's best friend?
Oh. That is terrible. Both of them are terrible.
Well, you've got to answer. Would you rather say your ex's name during sex or your fella's best friend?
Probably my fella's best friend. Because he could probably forgive that. The other one would definitely not be forgivable.
Oh, I think it'd have to be an ex.
Really?
Yeah, because if I was, doing the deed and then I said Jamie's best friend, it'd be like, what? Why are you thinking about them? Whereas your ex, you've obviously had a pass with them. And...
Yeah, but either way, they're going to think that you're thinking about that person.
I know.
So either way is a wrong answer.
It's a wrong answer, but...
I think it's less believable for me to be with his best friend than with an ex.
Oh, I know, but if it was the other way round...
I would never.
If it was the other way round and Jamie said, Liv, I'd be like, right, that's it. Absolutely divorced. Whereas if he said, oh...
Absolutely divorced?
Yeah. I'm not having anything about you. That's a horrible.
I'm saying Milo now. If Pun said Grace, I'd be like, why have you said Grace?
Exactly, but you'd be like, babes, what's going on? What is going on? Whereas if Jamie said, I don't
know if I'd believe it because it's my best friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? It's my best friend and my husband. I just don't know if I believe it. I think it's just because I know the people that I'm surrounding myself with.
Yeah, I suppose so. But I guess you'd just be like, why? But
you would be why? You'd be asking so many fucking questions.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be like, why are you fucking saying someone else's name?
I know, but I just think if it was your ex, I think you could just say, oh, my mate sent me a message before being like, oh, did you know whatever's pregnant or whatever, and you could just be like, oh, it was just in my head because of that.
Yeah, but your mates text you all the time. So his mates text us all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Anyway. Right.
Next.
Last one. This is a nice one. Would you rather find your passion in life or the love of your life?
Oh, the love of my life.
I think love of my life.
Because I would rather, if you find a passion, I mean, to be honest, I know a lot of people that are passionate about things, but they're single. And I'd want to enjoy that with somebody, personally.
That's true.
And I feel like you can make anything fun when you're with someone that you love.
I agree. And I think as well that, especially in our industry, because it's mad and it's here, there and everywhere, settling down with someone is actually quite difficult because you might be...
It's very few and far between that you actually find someone that you gel with.
Yeah, and that gets it, especially when, maybe you are freelance and 1 minute you're in America, the next minute you're in Ireland, the next minute, you're travelling. Like, it is difficult. But there are some people that I know that are so passionate about the work and the job
that they don't have any relationships.
Not even really like great friends. And, so I am with you. I think I'd love to find that passion that is almost like a love.
Yes, yeah.
But also, same as you, like, for me, like, people is life and life is people. And I just think...
I feel like things are just better when you're with people. Like, I personally prefer company rather than being on my own.
Same.
Like, that is just personal preference.
Same.
Everyone's different. Like, some people just like their own space and they don't like to have company.
Yeah. Like, generally for me, at a weekend, if I'm feeling down or whatever, for me, getting out and being around my friends, that's soul food for me. Makes me feel so full by Sunday evening when I'm in bed.
Yeah.
I feel full again.
Yeah.
Whereas I know for some people, the thought of that, people just want to sit at home on the couch and watch TV all weekend, and for them that's restoring and resetting. But
definitely
for me
not
as
for
people,
us.
no, it's not for us.
I agree.
It's not for us. And that's a wrap.
Yeah, well, that was a good one, that. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel like we need to do more quizzes like that.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like we get a lot of people saying, ew, would you actually?
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, well, like last week, lots of people sent in their ins and outs. So I'm going to put a little poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
From last week's ep. But I'll do the same for this week's ep with Would You Rathers. And please send them in, and any good ones we'll defo repeat. And if you haven't already, please follow us on our socials on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and Spotify. We thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.